Welcome to leadershipmentor.com. In coaching, there's so many different approaches that we can take, and I think oftentimes we make coaching more complicated than it really needs to be. So I want to share with you one very simple approach that you can take to really improve the success overall of your coaching, and that's three magical words for coaching success. And those three magic words are, and what else? Very simple. The thing about coaching is that it's all about asking questions. And as a leader, when you sit down with one of your team members and you simply want to change a behavior or improve performance, you really want to provide an opportunity for your team member to get engaged in this process. And so when we start to ask team members questions about solutions, first of all, this question really allows you to be lazy. And that sounds like it's probably an incorrect way to look at it, but I want to use this analogy because I think it's important for you to understand as a coach, it's not your job to know everything and to solve every solution. If you simply tell somebody how to solve their problem, the ownership of the result is going to be on you. And what we really want to do is to be lazy about that. In other words, we want our team members in a coaching session to do all the heavy thinking. So it's important that you think about yourself as, let's be lazy about this approach. Let me sit back. Let me really just listen to what they're saying and allow them to come up with a solution or multiple solutions. So first of all, we want to be lazy in the way that we coach. By asking this question, and what else? The reason that I wanted to share this with you is because it really allows for deeper thinking. And what I mean by that is, if you sit down with a team member and you simply ask them a question about how to solve a problem or a performance issue that they're having, the first thing they're going to come up with is usually not going to be the most effective and the one that really is going to create positive change. So it's important that we don't just take that one solution and simply provide that to them and then end the overall coaching session. So we want to allow them to think much deeper about how to solve this problem. And we do that by asking this simple question, and what else? So if, for instance, you're asking a team member how they can get to work on time on a regular basis, if they come up with a solution, for instance, get up earlier, then you're not going to really dive into that solution just yet. You're going to ask them, and what else? And you're going to continue to ask this question until they get to the point where they just can't think of anything else. And then we want to go back and ask them, which one of these solutions do you think would be most effective? And as we talked about, it really creates ownership. So at the end of this coaching session, what you've done is you pointed out what the issue is, you've asked your team member to come up with solutions, they've exhausted everything they can think of, then we circle back and we say, which one of these do you think will be most effective for you? What this does is it allows them to really create a sense of ownership in the outcome because it's their idea, it's not yours. So this was a very simple process for you as a leader because you allowed them to do all the heavy thinking. You were, in a sense, lazy in this process, and it creates overall ownership from the team member for the outcome. And I always like to end coaching sessions by asking a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you'll be successful with this approach? Hopefully the answer is going to be a 9 or a 10. If it's something less than that, if it's 8 or less, what you want to do is simply circle back and say, what would it take for you to be able to feel confident to answer 9 or 10 on this? And it's going to just make them circle back and maybe rethink their approach or add something to it until eventually you get to the point where they say a 9 or a 10 is the confidence level that they have. So that's it on our coaching session this week. I want to encourage you to take a look at our monthly mentoring program, and we've structured this so that you can actually try the first month for free. And